Will it focus? Hi, Leo, and welcome to your snapshot reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, Venus, Jupiter placements. However, we're comprised of all 12 signs, and that may not be the only area where you could have Leo in your chart. So it could extend into your Mars or your Mercury, your vertex or your P of Fortune, what have you. Just know that if you were brought to this channel, there was no coincidence in you clicking on this video. And so I hope you hear the message that was meant for you today. It receives you well. And if it does resonate, do subscribe before you leave and turn the bell notification on so that you're aware of whenever I upload new videos. Let's get into it. We are still doing the What the Actual Fuck spread. Also, pardon my absence for those of you that noticed that I didn't upload this past week, but I was sick, so I couldn't. I took the time to heal instead, but I'm feeling much better and I'm back, better than ever. So what we have here for your overlying energy coming into the week, or whenever you find this video, you have the Chariot card. The cruise that hounds you is the Seven of Wands. What's real about the situation? You have the King of Swords. What's wrong about the situation? You have the Eight of Wands. Where you need more information, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the final outcome, best case scenario for you, two cards came out. You have the Death card and the Ace of Swords. And the sun is setting, so the light might be harsh. I'm not sure if you guys really get to see the true integrity of these cards. Bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Swords. A lot of you guys are really upset about the fact that a certain relationship or connection has not worked out. Potentially, you have gotten blocked by someone, and that is really disturbing your spirit here. Like, honestly and truly, because for the life of you, you can't figure out what you've done that was so incredibly wrong to deserve to be treated that way. It can be vice versa energy if you have blocked somebody here. But also the Seven of Wands speaks of like competitive energy. I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to really figure out what your real distractions in life are, and the ulterior motives that a lot of people have. That is definitely coming through here with the Seven of Wands energy. And it came through, I think, maybe for you guys in the previous week. There was a fire sign that had the Six of Wands come up as a heavy energy. And the Six of Wands is like, it's all good so long as everything is good, right? So long as you have money in your bank account, so long as you have fame, so long as you have fortune, you know, all is well. But then you'll be surprised at those who are closest to you that kind of feel entitled to the things that you have been blessed with, right? To the same opportunities and resources that you have, to people that would be jealous and try to spite you and try to pit you against somebody if you are in a romantic relationship, because that means that you have to recenter your focus. You're reprioritizing your focus on somebody, which means that they get less of you, and so that can breed insecurity and or jealousy. You'd be really surprised at with the Seven of Wands. It's like you're holding a wand and your back is up against the wall, right? And you're looking out against these people that are trying to attack you, and it's surprising you at how many of these faces you recognize, right? Out of these six people, how many of them are your family? How many of them are your friends? The people that you held the closest to you. But for some of you guys, they don't have to be people that you actually know. You're just coming up against a lot of people are trying to attack you, attack your character. Like character assassination is what I'm hearing. And for some people, they're kind of like hitting the nail on the head here. They're hitting home. They're really hitting on some points that have been themes that you haven't wanted to address for a while now, the things that people are saying. But if it's something that people are doing to you, it's just really shocking in a sense. It's just like, it's not something that you could have ever predicted here. Definitely coming as a surprise for some of you. For some of you, this situation, whatever's happened here, if you've gotten blocked or if you just feel like you're under attack for people that want to come after the things that you have again, due to being jealous, I feel like a lot of you guys are heavily defensive right now. You're super defensive. You don't trust anybody. Your guard is up, or again, you're pissed off, and you are completely emotionally unavailable right now. This is somebody that is very calculated, like can be plotting revenge. Now, for some of you guys, the Seven of Wands, if it's in matters of the heart, because the Chariot is Cancer's card, and Cancer is the fourth house by nature, right? Things that are comfortable, speaks to security, speaks to subconscious desires as well. So for some of you guys, this can be you being just extremely passionate and wanting to go after. And at the vantage point that you're at, this is kind of like David defeating Goliath, like that type of energy. Like you have the gusto, you have the courage, you have the determination, you are devoted to seeing it through, to fighting for this relationship, to fighting for this home. And so this can be a different type of calculated energy. If you're not plotting revenge against people that may have tried to deceive you here, then this is you calculating and plotting and trying to figure out how you can get back into the life of somebody that you have a lot of passion for, that you do truly love here. What's wrong about the situation? You have the Eight of Wands. So somebody's neglecting to do something, to move on something. This can be, again, speaking to people trying to come up against you. Then you're internalizing it here. This can be you internalizing all of these hits that are coming up against you, and it's making you very angry. Again, it's making you and turning you into a bitter person. It's taking that warmth and that kindness, because I feel like a lot of people took your kindness for a weakness, trying to take advantage of you. But rightfully so, if you were the type of person that did this in the past, then you have to understand with this King of Swords that this is just justice being served. This is karma, right? Because Saturn is direct now. And so anything that you may have done in the past that you thought you could have gotten away with, okay, right? Especially if you didn't repent, especially if you weren't ever truly sorry for the way that you acted because you were trying to work in your own best interest, okay? Like every man for themselves type of energy here that you also get with the Seven of Wands, then just know that that is coming back to bite you, rightfully so. So you're getting upset for nothing. But at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, well, now that you see how it feels and you know that you don't like it, what will you do with this newfound information? Okay, going forward, you know now how to handle certain situations and what not to do, okay? Because you never want to feel this level of pain again, or discomfort again, or anger again, or resentment or hatred. I definitely feel like some of you guys are very, very upset about something. Where you need more information though, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So if this is all about you being passionate about a loving relationship, right, that you're wanting to go after, you feel like there's been a lot of distractions, a lot of people throwing themselves at you, and it's like you really just want to get to your person, because none of these people really are holding your interest like that. Like, I don't really see this as like a fun card here, because the number 7 vibrationally speaks to like partnerships and marriages and stuff like that. Where you're going from your house, the 5th house, into the 7th and wanting to really move something along. I feel like if the person that you really want is not within your midst, you don't really care to be associated or to be caught up in any of the energy. None of these people are very tempting to you. It's like you're trying to move away from that and trying to, again, get to your person and really speak your heart and really change the trajectory of it. And so you need to understand with this Wheel of Fortune, should you decide to move from a place of inaction, stagnancy, and staying out of fear, and getting out of this mode of potentially overthinking scenarios and the different ways that, like, in the different outcomes that you can get for the different things that you could say to try to like start the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because this can be something that you're just thinking in your mind, and you're mentally exhausting yourself. Like all the words that you want to say to this person, once you're able to get them in front of you, once you're able to actually get them on the phone, because the Swords energy can also speak to like technology and you trying to send emails, or you just trying to get some type of response back from somebody via some sort of network here, okay? And what have you. Understand that things will work in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune upright. Also, you have to understand that these events that have happened in your life, they're fated. They were meant to happen. They're lessons that you needed to learn. So if you're going through something that's extremely painful, especially like if it's a heartbreak or some sort of rejection, or some sort of breakup, or somebody's ghosted you here, when I'm getting with the Chariot card, that you can't make sense of, and that's made you like extremely angry here, or somebody's blocked you, understand that it was a fated event that was meant to happen. It was the catalyst, is what I'm hearing, the catalyst for you to move, because I feel like you were too comfortable with this Chariot energy and the energy that you were sitting in and the circumstances and the situation and how it was. You were a little too comfortable in that, and so the universe had to shake you up a little bit, cause a little bit of disruption here, just to see how serious you were about it. If you truly appreciate something, you will take good care of it, and if you don't, you won't. So I feel like maybe that's why this person has moved away from you, or you've had to move away from them. There was no sense of being appreciated here, right? Final outcome, you have the Death card and the Ace of Swords. So I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are going to be speaking your mind, right? You're going to be breaking silence here. You're done with there being words left unspoken. There's something that you just have to get off your heart, something that you have to get off your chest, that you have to surrender to, like, the universe here, okay? Surrender all desires, surrender all your ideologies that you've had, your belief systems that you've had, your stubbornness. That's something that has to be surrendered to the universe so that they can work on your behalf and work in your favor to get this thing moving, right? And for this supernatural breakthrough to occur, if you're trying to get back in touch with somebody that you love and you just feel like you don't have a way in, there is no way in here with this King of Swords energy, because again, you've been blocked, you've been outed. I just saw 1212, so look that up. That may be significant for some of you guys here. I feel like you've had enough. You're fed up with all the L's that you've been taking lately, okay? And you are going to do something about it here. This is you needing to be a little bit more direct. I feel if you guys have been beating around the bush, because this is a very complex card, and so you can just be like talking, I want to say in circles, but it's just like talking around the point here. Like very persuasive energy, but with words it's manipulative, because you have people believing things that aren't really what you mean to say, or you're saying things that you don't absolutely mean to say. It's just whatever comes to mind comes out of your mouth type of energy here. So I feel like a lot of you guys are changing those aspects of your character that haven't been working. And that again, that you're going to just be very upfront and direct and straightforward about what it is that you want, what your expectations are, what your intentions are for people, because I feel like you've hurt a lot of people by moving like this with this Chariot energy. It's like you've just been bulldozing over people, running through people, running over people, treating people poorly here. Or again, this can be what people have done to you. But that's not necessarily getting you anywhere. I've been hearing put on blast. So some of you guys are really going to be put on blast if you don't put somebody else on blast. So this isn't like when you reconnect with this person, if this is an individual that you need to have a conversation with, it's not going to be anything that's like sweet. You really need to work on your throat chakra at this time. If you feel like you need answers to something, then when you're asking questions, don't frame them in a way that can leave the respondent in a position where they can be vague with you. You know what I'm saying? Really learn how to ask clarifying questions as well, that are more than just the black and white, more than just the yes or no, okay? This is like the time to explain here. So also, if somebody's coming to you and they feel like you need to explain something to them, be prepared for that as well. Be prepared to give a full explanation. This isn't about saying what people want to hear. This is saying what people need to hear at this time. Okay? People deserve to know the truth. So I feel like you guys are getting to the bottom of the truth here. The bottom of what the truth is. Alright? So that's what's coming through, Leos. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up. share it with your friends and family, subscribe for more, and hit me up for a personal reading if you need to do an extended and go more in depth with this energy here. But if you don't reach out to me for a personal private reading and I don't hear from you in the comment section below, then just do take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.